given here today will determine Dr. David Phillips' guilt or innocence. Reporting from WRD News, I'm Joyce Anderson. That's a wrap, Joe. See you back at the studio.
Okay. Well, Dave, why don't you take around and get used to the surroundings? We're likely to be here for quite a while.
It's strange thinking how your destiny will be decided in a room you've never seen before. By people you've never met.
Is this our cheering section?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, it is. Where's your megaphone?
Oh, left it in the car, along with the poster boards.
Hey.
Oh, I appreciate all you're doing. I'll be fine.
Hold her closer to you. Closer. A cuddle.
I can't go on. Oh, take her.
Miss Phillips, what's the problem?
I'm sorry, I just can't.
Miss
I can't
Phillips?
finish this.
Miss Phillips!
Amber!
Because abortion is murder. And if you go through with it, that makes you a murderer. It's that simple, Amber.
Somehow I get the feeling that you don't have to work today.
You're wrong. I'm doing an ad for a new sleeping pill. I'm the before picture. That was a joke.
Haha. What's wrong?
The trial. What else?
Yeah, I guess all this publicity doesn't help you forget about your mother.
It's not that. I'm afraid.
For your father?
Yes, I'm afraid he'll be acquitted.
Oh. Well, I guess that means you'll be there.
I wouldn't miss it for a paid vacation to the Caribbean. Anyway, that's what's really bothering me.
I should have known. Cute kid.
Dave, there probably won't be very much for you to do today. Just stay there and try to look calm and collected.
And innocent.
That won't be hard.
Well, it is when you're assumed guilty.
Look, Dave, you know, a good attentive jury is going to be able to disregard the apparent bias of the media. They'll be able to concentrate on the facts.
Facts. You said all you have is theory. That's all you can argue.
Dave, it's probably not best for us to discuss this right now.
Look, Harold, I'm sorry. It's just that if I'm found guilty, I have to pay the price. I have to deal with that possibility. That doesn't mean I don't have faith in your defense.
Dave, I'm not a real religious person, but I sure would hope that you'd put your faith in somebody a lot higher than me.
Fair enough. So, what do I have to expect for today?
Well, now that we've got the jury selected, they'll come in and the judge will come in, call us to order. He'll ask us if we're ready. Then the prosecuting attorney and I will both have opportunity to present our opening remarks.
There won't be any testimony?
Well, probably not today, but you'll get a taste of what's coming up.
How so? Then what?
Well, for the first time in a legal, intimidating atmosphere, you're going to hear a perfect stranger tell the whole world that you murdered your wife. It's not a very pleasant thought, but that's the way it's going to get started.
Oh, I'll be fine.
Good. Good, good, real good. And you got Terry standing behind you.
Among others. Will Stacy be here?
Well, I hope so, but I'm not sure. I don't know if she has the emotional energy to make it. And she saw Gil last night. Now, I don't know whether that's good news or not.
Marshal?
Morning.
That's Marshal Lockwood. He's a district attorney. You're prosecuting attorney, too.
I know him. Scott interviewed him a couple times.
Yeah, he's a good man. He knows his business. I don't mind admitting it's the first time I've been up against somebody his caliber.
Sounds like you're going to be challenged.
I am.
Gene, I should have known you'd be early.
Absolutely. I want to get a statement from Lockwood before the trial started. How's you holding up, big guy?
Well, I'm told all I have to do is look cool, calm, and innocent.
Yeah. Well, Mom made me promise to tell you that she's praying for you right now.
Well, thanks for the message.
And I want you to know that even though I have to cover both sides of the trial, everything that I promised you when you were in jail, that still holds true.
You mean keep on digging?
Absolutely.
Thanks, Gene.
Sure. Sure thing. Hey, Harold.
How are things going?
They're going well. All I need now is some gainful employment, as my father says.
So you two are talking.
Yes, we are, and so far so good. His attitude has definitely changed for the better.
Good.
Well, as I was saying before, I tried to call you. I left a message with someone at your home that I couldn't meet with you today.
Oh, when was that? Last night?
Yes, right after I realized that I had the trial and I couldn't see you. Obviously, you didn't get the message.
No, Babs probably took it and taped it to the refrigerator, and I was so busy this morning I didn't get a chance to go down for breakfast.
I'm really sorry, Miriam, but word should come down about the position in a couple of days, and I'll be glad to get in touch with you as soon as possible.
Well, good. I look forward to that.
Good.
You have a nice place here.
Thanks. Drop by again anytime, please.
Okay, I will, and I'll talk to you again later, I'm sure.
Well, say hi to Eric for me.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. I guess you can put the pieces together yourself.
I'm Gene Runland with the Kingsley Chronicle.
This is a trial, not a press briefing.
Now that the jury has been picked, I was wondering if you have a statement for the press.
I did, and I gave it this morning to the reporters who camped outside my office. They deserved it.
The Chronicle has an evening edition. The other reporters will be waiting for you outside for their copy. Do you have a statement, sir?
This is the People versus Dave Phillips, because it was the people who were so hurt by the death of Catherine Carruthers.
I read that in the news this morning. Do you have any other statement?
Just tell your readers that I'll see to it that I convict the guilty man. That's meager repayment for the loss of our dear friend, Kate.
Thank you, Kate.
You're welcome.
Probably told Gene that he's got an open and shut case. Don't worry, I will confine my remarks to the jury, not the media.
All rise. This court is in session. The Honorable Judge Timothy Sawyer presiding. Be seated.
Here we go.
Gentlemen, is there a motion to separate?
No, Your Honor.
It is highly unusual to have witnesses in the courtroom. However, as you wish. Are both counsels ready to proceed?
We are.
Yes.
Mr. Lockwood.
Your Honor, the prosecution is faced with what looks like an easy task. Namely, to prove that the defendant, Dr. David Phillips, shot and killed his ex-wife after she had married another man. Now, I say easy for two reasons. First of all, there is certainly no apathy on the part of this court or the people when it comes to convicting the killer of Kate Carruthers. Kingsley may never know again a better public servant than she was. And it's sad. It's a shame she was cut down by the same selfish jealousies. Indeed, the brute force she was able to rise above in her public and private life. And I say easy because all the evidence seems to point to the defendant's guilt. Being the only suspect at the scene of the crime, unable to explain his presence on the apartment grounds, why, he doesn't even have one feasible alibi. Oh, he'll protest his innocence. And in the same breath, he won't be able to account for 15 hours. That's right, 15 hours on the night of the crime. You'd think that all might proceed smoothly from here on, wouldn't you? But strike the word easy from your vocabulary, because if you let your mind stray from the facts, the evidence and nothing but in this case, you'll find our decision be clouded with all kinds of imaginative nonsense. You see, the defense's angle isn't difficult to figure out. You'll have paraded before you a set of Kate Carruthers' enemies, and she did have several. Most public servants do. And you'll hear more plausible motives than you can count, argued amiably, I'm sure. And you'll hear opportunities, coincidences, accessibility to the scene of the crime, but you'll never, and I repeat, never, hear of both opportunity and motive in the same instance, except in the case of the man accused. So please, I'm asking you to please be true to your work. Consider only the facts. You know, we all love comeback heroes. Jim Plunkett in the Super Bowl. Marvelous story. The Detroit Tigers in the 1968 World Series. They overcame a deficit of 3-1. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm a kid at heart, and I love happy endings. Now, the defense is going to paint the accused a comeback hero. Lost to alcohol, bouncing back with a religious conviction, starting afresh, serving the public. Are you strong enough to keep your mind on the facts? Can you guard your own idealism? Because the defendant is no comeback hero at all. Dr. David Phillips does not deserve a happy ending because he deprived Kate Carruthers of the right to hers.
Laurie. Nancy, I'm not good at being pushy, but we have to talk.
Yeah, I guess I expected you a little sooner. Well, would you like something to drink?
No, I'm all right. I was going to call you, but I really felt I needed to see you. How are you feeling?
Oh, much better, but of course my lawyer would just die if he heard me say that.
Really?
Well, it's just legal stuff. You know, the lawyers don't like you to say things that they haven't told you. But you're family.
Yeah, I'm surprised you feel that way.
I was thinking about when I came to visit you, when you were in high school. Do you remember the night of your senior prom?
Yeah, I remember you were there.
Well, you were coming down the stairs in your gown, and you were so excited. Your date was down there, and I remember he looked like he just came in from Mount Olympus or something. I was excited for you. I wouldn't have let on at the time, but I really was very excited for you.
So what reminded you of all of this?
Well, because for the first time in my life, I can understand exactly how you feel, because that's how I feel now. Kind of like royalty.
Royalty because of the power you have over Ben's career?
No.
Nancy, this is ripping Ben apart.
Oh, come off it, Lori. He's got insurance.
You are punishing that man for saving your life.
I'm punishing him for this. I don't have any future. What am I going to do with the rest of my life?
I only know one thing about your life. And that is that if you were to walk out of here right now, and a car were to hit you, and Ben were out there, he would still do everything he could to save you. He'd do it 100 times over. Because your life is sacred, Nancy.
Mr. Webster, you may proceed.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. I've never been one much for long opening statements. Don't like promising an easy or a tough going of it either. I'll keep my opinions on that to myself. And I'm not overly fond of betraying my strategy, but it looks like Mr. Lockwood has figured that out. You will be seeing something of a parade. Only the other suspects, which I call to the stand here, are not picked at random. And contrary to what you have been told, there is a motive and an opportunity in every single one of their cases. I want to get something established right here at the start. The coroner's report said that the time of death was between 1:30 and 3 o'clock in the morning. But the body wasn't discovered until 6:15. That's at least 3 hours and 15 minutes later. Imagine, if you will, that Kingsley is in the center of a circle on a map, big circle. Now, the perimeter of this circle marks how far you can drive from Kingsley in almost any direction in 3 hours and 15 minutes. That covers a whole lot of territory. It includes 3 major cities, crosses state boundaries in a couple of places, includes 4 airports. We got facts of our own. And we have a defendant who is telling the truth, even when it hurts. The man cannot recall what is perhaps the most important 15 hours of his life. Why didn't he just say he was home, all alone, all night? And then that he took a late drive real early in the morning and passed out, for a very good reason, as you'll find out later. Why doesn't he make up a story like that? I guarantee you'll hear less likely alibis before we're through here. But not from Dr. Phillips. If for no other reason than that he is a man of truth. One more thing. All this talk about foregone conclusions and overwhelming evidence kind of reminds me of a line from Tennyson. It's not that I'm a scholar or anything. It's just that this has always stuck with me ever since I took Victorian literature in college. For all we have to see is a straight staff bent in a pool. Now, that's just a very poetic way of saying things are not always what they seem.
Look, I hear what you're saying, but I'm in this deep.
What? What are you in that Mom and Ben and I can't help you get out of?
Plenty. Have you seen the hospital bill? I mean, when I saw it, I thought maybe I was buying the whole East Wing.
Well, in time that can be paid off.
By whom? Not by me. I could never get a job that's going to pay that much money. I'm talking about thousands and thousands of dollars.
Nancy, there are legal avenues that you can take. You can declare bankruptcy or get financial protection.
I'd be giving up.
Fine. Fine, if you go through this, then you're getting your victory at Ben's expense.
He can deal with this. We don't have to have a lot of bitterness. He's covered, I'm not. It's just simple arithmetic.
It is not simple. And it has nothing to do with numbers.
Look, I think you better go. All right.
Who is that?
It's probably my lawyer, and I don't think we really have anything else to talk about anyway.
Nancy, you all right? I forgot my key. Hi.
Oh, who's this?
It's a relative, my niece.
Wow, how you doing? I'm Dan Myers.
Lori Martin.
Martin. Well, I think you'd better leave.
What are the flowers for? So is this the man who makes you feel like royalty?
Look, I can just imagine why you're here.
And I can just imagine why you've been here from the start. What kind of percentage are you giving him, Nancy?
Get out.
How much have you taken him for? How much have you offered him?
Look, Mrs. Martin, the flowers are just a gift for a sick friend, and I'm sure that's much more compassion than she's gotten from you.
Nancy, please, don't sell yourself short.
Nancy, you all right?
Just hold me.
Sure, sure.
Dad, did you mean what you said to me the other night?
What, you mean about loving you?
Yeah.
Yes, Nancy, I meant every word of it.
Dad, I'm thinking about something you told me. You know, when I first met you, when you invested that money in the Canterbury
Oh,
complex.
Nancy, look, now that $25,000 that you lost on the Canterbury, that's gonna seem like change when we get finished with this case, believe me.
No, I'm not talking about money.
What?
You said you were married.
You know, your timing is perfect.
What?
I've decided to go ahead and do something that I wanted to do for a long time. File for divorce.
You are?
Yeah. Now, I'm no prophet, you know, but I do know that that means we could be together for a long, long time.